Last time on the brownie cake video, a female fan who left a message said, "The milk soft cake she bought at the store is delicious. Can you arrange a tutorial?" This cake has indeed been very popular lately. Many bakeries around here are selling this cake. Today, I'm going to show you how to easily make it at home. There are no harmful additives or ingredients. It's all up to your skilled hands. Once you learn it, it will also be fine for you to sell at your home-based bakery. Making this cake will be relatively easy for beginner friends to prevent deflation. So I made a comparison video, which I will place at the end of the tutorial. For your reference, the making process is the same as chiffon cake, but there will be some small details. Let's chat while we do it. When separating the egg whites, be careful not to mix in the yolks. Otherwise, it will affect the whipping. 40 grams of light cream, 16 grams of corn oil, 16 grams of milk. The key point for making this in winter is, the cream part needs to be heated a bit. The temperature should be around 60 degrees. Mix together and emulsify until the oil spots are no longer visible. Then sift it. 10 grams of milk powder, 10 grams of cornstarch, and 38 grams of cake flour. At this stage, if you mix it, the consistency will be more. There's no need to rush. Add 63 grams of egg yolk. Let's talk about the recipe issue here. Many students have reported that you can just say how many eggs are needed. Why does it need to be precise to the gram? Isn't that a bit too troublesome? Regarding this question, eggs can vary in size. For example, this one is a medium-large egg. A quantity of 3. If the egg whites and yolks you separate differ from the grams I provided by only a few grams, you don't need to crack another egg to make up the difference. If the difference is around 20 to 30 grams, then your eggs are probably too small, or they're too big. At this point, I suggest you adjust the amount of the recipe for better results, to ensure the stability of your final product. Because the recipe I gave you is one that I've successfully made, I've provided it to you exactly as it is. I don't know if you all will like it. This precise recipe, you can all give me feedback on. I will explain it in future videos. How many eggs are used? 102 grams of egg whites, and 48 grams of granulated sugar. To make a cake using the egg separation method, I suggest freezing the egg whites for about 10 minutes in summer, before you start whipping them. In winter, if the room temperature is low, you can just use eggs that have been refrigerated. Here, the whipping of the egg whites has some specific requirements. Don't whip them too soft. Whip them a little stiffer. When you lift the whisk, it should form a stiff peak. Take a small portion and mix it with the egg yolk batter first. The characteristic of this cake is that it's made with whipped cream, so it will have a denser texture. When making it at home, we usually add milk powder to enhance the milk flavor, rather than using powdered milk. Therefore, it will also cause your cake batter to deflate more quickly. After mixing, pour it into the remaining meringue. Here, the folding speed needs to be increased. In a moment, I will show you what happens if you fold for too long. The baked cake. You will know the difference. The final batter should be able to hold its shape. I am using a 6-inch chiffon cake mold here. For your recipe, it is a specific amount. To achieve a cross-shaped crack on the cake, you have two options. You can take the cake out of the oven around 10 minutes into baking, and use a knife to make a cut. You can also do as I do and pipe butter. However, in winter, the room temperature is too low. It's really difficult to soften the butter. The key is not to squeeze the butter too finely. Otherwise, the opening won't be big enough. It won't achieve the effect we want. Today, I'm using the Chandi, Great White Whale, oven. It has already been preheated. Bake at 150 degrees, top and bottom heat. Bake for 50 minutes, then it can be taken out. After taking it out, give it a shake to release the steam. Immediately invert it. Wait for it to cool completely before unmolding. We generally prefer to unmold by hand. This way, there are fewer cake crumbs that fall off. But you can't be too heavy-handed. Just gently pry along the edge of the cake. Like this one, it was stirred a few extra times. It has deflated a bit. How does it look after baking? The surface of the cake isn't shiny. In terms of deflation, the internal structure is still okay. The texture is not bad. A slightly more severe deflation might even lead to insufficient height of the cake. I originally wanted to bake another one to use for stamping, but when I inverted it, I accidentally poked it on that stick, and then there was such a big hole. I just gave up resisting. This is a cake that doesn't deflate. The surface has a very nice gloss. When torn open, the interior doesn't dry out. It is full of rich milky flavor. Plus, the texture is denser than chiffon. It is indeed delicious. It's very suitable as a standalone cake. That's also why it sells well. Having seen this, have you learned it? Remember to check in and submit your homework. Click on my profile picture to go to my homepage. There are many practical baking tutorials waiting for you to check in.